This is WAEC June 2020 General Mathematics Paper 2. We are answering question number 11b, and the question asked to find the equation of the line which has the same gradient as the line with this equation 8y plus 4x equals to 24. And the line passes through the point with the coordinate minus 8, 12. So let's attempt to answer this very question to get a solution to the problem. Going back to the question, the line that we asked to write it is equation has a gradient or slope as another line with this equation 8y plus 4x equals to 24. So we are going to determine the slope of the line from the slope of this very equation. And the line passes through a point with this coordinate. So the line that we asked to write it is equation. We can determine its slope, and we have the coordinate of a point on that very line. So we're going to employ the point slope formula, and that formula says y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1, where m represented the slope of the line and x1, y1 will now be the coordinates of one of the point on the line. So we now move ahead to find what will be the slope of the line. So copying the equation 8y plus 4x equals to 24. To get the slope of this very line, it is required to make y their subject. So in attempt to make y subject, I'll take this 4x to the right hand side. There leave me with 8y equals to 24 minus 4x. To make y there, I'll divide through by the coefficient of y, which is 8. So 24 divided by 8 gives you 3. And the minus 4x divided by 8 will now have minus x over 2 or minus 1 over 2x. So this is now y subject. So I'll now look for the coefficient of x there, which is now minus 1 over 2. That will now be the slope of this very line m, and it will now be the slope of the line we are now asked to write it as equation. So if we let x1, y1 to be the coordinates of this very point minus 8, 12, then I can come back and substitute in this very formula. So I'm going to have y minus y1 instead y1. I'll now replace it by the y coordinate here, which is 12, equals to my slope m, which is now minus 1 over 2, multiplied by the bracket. Inside the bracket, I have x minus x1. x1 is now minus 8. So I'm going to have x minus 8. So I'll now simplify this. Starting with this bracket, minus will now change it to plus. So we now have y minus 12, which I just copied, equals to minus 1 over 2, which I also copied, multiplied by the bracket. Inside the bracket is x plus 8. So I'll continue. I'll now open this bracket by multiplying the bracket by minus 1 over 2. So copying the left-hand side, y minus 12 equals to, so minus 1 over 2 times x, that gives minus 1 over 2x. And minus 1 over 2 times positive 8, that will give answer minus 4. So taking minus 12 to the right-hand side and collect like terms of this minus 4. So you're going to have minus 4 plus 12, that will give answer positive 8. So you now have y equals to minus 1 over 2x plus 8. That will now be the equation of the line that we asked to write. Let me just share with you quickly the mark distribution for this very question as it is there in the marking scheme. So the very first mark is method 1 mark, and this method 1 mark is for attempt to rewrite that very equation 8y plus 4x equals to 24 with y subject of the formula. So you have this method 1 mark. And when you now have the slope of that very line as minus 1 over 2, which now serve as the slope of the line that you are asked to write it as equation, when you have that slope as minus 1 over 2, you have this accuracy 1 mark. Now substituting in the formula, substituting your slope and the coordinates of that very point correctly, you have this method 1 mark. And when you now simplify up to the end where you have the equation y equals to minus 1 over 2x plus 8, you have this accuracy 1 mark. So in total, this question number 11B has 4 good marks.